First off, this has been the best year of content creation ever. I'm going to say that. This has been the most successful, community-wise, business-wise, connections-wise. I have met extraordinary people in the business, in my realm, I guess, in terms of if you were to look at monetary or like numbers-wise success or shit like that. But I think the most important thing is that I've met people who are genuine and are actually really, really, really trying to make this work in whatever capacity. And that's good, obviously, but I'm just very glad that I got to work with them. Because it's one thing to be able to see these people who are doing fantastic work and even just talking to them, you know, it's one thing to watch them and you know, throw a cold message out to be like, hey, you want to do something, and get something like that. But to find phenomenal people doing work in this, and to me be able to talk to them, and maybe just, you know, acquaintances, friends, whatever you want to call it, right? I just think of most people as friends. Acquaintances are a little difficult for me to identify out, but like, there's been so much that has gone on this year. Like, this year's lost, right? This year has no time to it, right? I can't remember what came out in 2020. Like, I forgot that Doom Eternal came out this year, for fuck's sake. Like, I don't know where we are. So, you know, so much has happened. And so much is going to happen that it is surreal to me. Because you say that you want what you want to get, and then once you get there, you kind of just take that little bit of a pause and you go, huh, I'm actually there. Okay, where are my notes? What's the next step, right? And I feel like I have reached a point like that, where I could start making these steps and further the goals of the channel, further the goals of the community, and help other people, excuse me, further their goals and their communities, and help and be a part, not even just help, just be a part of it, right? To watch a process. And to an extent, like, some of this was happening before and things like that, but I feel like this year really hit a stride. I don't think it's to anyone's surprise, the one thing I'm going to bring up, the number one thing that happened this year. Like, this is unreal, right? $2,600 in charity. For a channel this size, and for a channel with what we do, and I'm not saying like what we do on this channel is bad or anything like that, but it's unfathomable to me to understand how we went from 795 last year to 2,600 this year. Yes, I could say there's a lot more work put into it. Yes, there's a lot more people that I was able to do things with. We varied it up a lot better. The advertisement was better. Like a lot of those factors can go in, but I think the one thing is, it goes back to that beginning of the connections of, I know people who wanted to see it succeed as much as I did. And that is not common to me. I have not worked a lot of jobs where people care about the stuff that I care about, like this job. There's the, you know, ignore all the drama, ignore everything that's going on. This in itself has given me faith that people do their jobs for good reasons and want to see other people succeed. It's not just about growth for themselves, which they should be going for, right? You need that growth, you need that bank, you need that clout, I guess, I don't know. You need that support, right? From your own community, maybe from other communities. You want to grow your community. Everything's a business transaction, but I think when business transaction becomes a friendship, or when it becomes, you know, changes like this, where this suddenly goes off the charts and off the radar, no less, you know, an idea where, you know, I had this plan, I'm like, it's gonna go up by, let's say, $250 to $500 depending on how well we do, and all of a sudden now we're just like, well, expectations are set. We're definitely going much higher on the expectation one now next year. Like, holy crap. it's reassuring. And it shows that a lot of things have happened. And a lot of caring people exist. And give a crap about what happens in this community. As well as all the communities of people who have joined us and have watched that. Jess makes that 100 bits, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you. But, my face has been covered! How dare you! Okay, it's my face covering my face. That's okay. Yeah. But when I think back on this, right, we didn't have a Pro Pokeball this year, which I know was kind of disappointing, but I think taking this year off helped me a lot get things into perspective, and Extra Life in itself, and meeting fantastic people like Millibug, Pokelink, Visual Pine, even if I didn't interact with these people very much, Chocobos, the Boiks, like, I'm just skipping through all the Pokelink people, you know who you are. Pokelinkers! No, the Pokelinks. The Pokelinkles. There you go. You're a Pokelinkle, Jez. Like, there's so many names I need to go through. And I can't even, like... That's not becoming a thing? Okay, Pokelinkle. Whatever. Nooblets and Pokelinkles unite. Ha! I'm gonna drop into your Discord now and be like, how do you do, fellow Pokelinkles? And then drop that meme. No, you can't stop me. Nothing can stop me. I am Galaxa, not really, but anyways. Who dropped? Yeah, I saw. I even upvoted. Good, I'm glad. It's a very clean theme. I hope that people, even if they don't see it as a sports theme, I hope they get good use out of it. It's a phenomenal theme. Yeah, professional YouTube video, by the way. That's how it goes. But like the thing is, like, the thing that's so cool about this is it's not even streamers that are cool about it. It's like the people in the community. I'm not kissing ass right now. Like, I would not mention names of people. I would not mention people's names of communities and streams that I don't think are fantastic. Like, there are legitimately fantastic people that have come out just from meeting a streamer or two that it's like it's ludicrous, right? You know, I've gone my whole life where like I said, like, my jobs have never had people seriously taking them seriously and making them want to work and put in good effort, you know. And I talk a lot about, you know, like, outsourcing it to people because you don't give a shit to learn a skill or whatever, and I'm okay with that, but like, it's just people want to see entertainment, people want to put on good content, and then people want to watch good content. And they don't have to say it, they just show it. And it's such a foreign concept as a guy who's worked under numbers his entire life, and you know, performances and grades and scores and everything else, right? Like, I could look at viewer count, I could look at revenue, but those pale in comparison to, like, what is actually happening here. Because now, my love for a job mixed with a little bit of income is a dream that is slowly fleshing out, and is getting developed, and has more plans, and has more ways to push it out and make more things happen. And, you know, it's like, how can you, like, you can't ignore how fantastic that is. Everyone wants to live that dream, but then it goes beyond that, you know. I don't just want to be the guy who's like, yeah, I'm succeeding and there I go, right? No, it's like, I want to say we're succeeding. Yeah, I'm putting in the work. Yeah, you watch me. Yeah, you pay me money, right? But you don't have to. And you never had to. And yet you choose to. And I never had to entertain either. But I choose to. And there's this some weird mind meld connection that happens with that, where it just makes everything more spectacular. Yeah, it's not popular content per se sometimes, or, you know, it's just something for myself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But even if people come by and say hi, or even if there's just even a semblance of interest given from anybody, I think that's really cool. And I think it's something that doesn't get lost as you get bigger. I think it's something that gets shared more with more people, and it gets better over time. This is fantastic, and then I can't wait to see what's going to be happening when we go into 2021, right? When we're able to do amazing stuff like that. So, I don't know. I feel like we've hit that stride, and that we have gotten to where we need to be, and make things happen, and make things work. And now the plans are in place, because now I've met all the people that I can get stuff done with. No, I'm kidding. But the more that we go, the more that we make work, the better it feels. And I think that makes more people feel better, which then makes the content more enjoyable, which then makes me try even harder than I thought I could. So, that's not possible without an audience. That's not possible without feedback, right? That's not possible as much as I take. Like, I can't even tell you how many hours I spent on stream, right? And most people be like, why? You're not making a lot of money off of it, and, you know, you're streaming to like 7 people on the internet. And I'm like, yeah. But, I mean, ideas start at a small scale all the time, right? Look at games that did well. Among Us, 3 people team making a game and explodes because of them. I mean, timing plays a part, but they did a lot of work to make that game good, right? And I like to believe that those are the types of, not American dream stories, but it's just like the hard work mixed with perseverance and heart all makes things, you know, come together nicely. So, Extra Life this year was spectacular. I can't wait for the tournaments in 2021. I can't wait for Extra Life to come back in 2021 for our 6th year. Nuzember, I think this was a bet. I think this was a great Nuzember. I don't want to say better. It's hard to tell with Nuzember. It's kind of like this casual marathon we put on at the end of the year. But I think we had a really great time this year. I think a lot more fun was had because more like I'm playing with a lot more people, and like the collaborations this year was spectacular. And I want to do more. There's so much fun just playing with other people. Right? And I mean, it's fun with people watching, but it's also even more fun when you get to experience it with another like-minded creator who just wants to see other people smile. So. And this year, by the way, hold on, I have to say the obligatory, man, 2020 has been so tough. And 2021 is going to be a better year. I had to say it, okay? I don't believe in that shit. You know what I believe? This is what I believe. 2020 was crappy for a lot of people, right? 2020 was crappy for a lot of people. And a lot of people didn't have that motivation to push forward. And I'm not going to sit here and motivate you to do stuff. What I am going to tell you is, if there is not a better indicator, and if you need some sort of evidence or semblance of proof of growth and making the best of situations, let my life be that. My injuries, unemployment, the struggles that I have with my anxiety and my depression, the constant struggle to be able to do this and prove to other people that this is not a waste of time, that this is not something where investing my hundreds of hours or thousands of hours is a bad thing. It's not a time sink fallacy. It goes beyond that. This goes into keeping me functional on a day-by-day basis. I used to wake up and not want to go stream, or I used to not want to wake up and be on time for stream. And then this year clicked and told me, hey, you know what? And through the help of therapy and just through a lot of meditation, I realized, hey, you can be the real deal. You don't need to be Ninja. You don't need to be somebody who has 1,000 viewers. You don't need to be someone who has 500 viewers. You could be the real deal in single and double digits. You can move to triple digits one day. All of this is possible. And every time a thought comes into my mind where it says quit, every time that it says like, hey, noob, now you hit $2,600, you got to hit 3K next year, right? I'm like, okay, that's a bit pressure. I don't like that type of pressure, but you know what? Every time that comes into my mind, it's no longer, do you think you can do it? It's, how are you going to do it? And you have no idea, for a guy who has such low self-esteem and low self-confidence, how much that means to me. How much I like being able to hear my own brain want to do good work. That's huge to me. And this is the first year of content creation where I can say, rather than shitting on myself all the time, yeah, it still happens. I'm not perfect. But I wanted to answer problems. I wanted to make things better. For the purposes of enhancing the experience for others. And that's why I stream. You know? I should have quit by now. I'm not going anywhere. I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. But then I tell myself, well, where have you gone? And how can you keep going that way? And then all the answers pop up. PokeLink, Extra Life, the collaborations, streamer things. Certain communities now kind of recognize my name, which is kind of neat. You know, subtle flex that people recognize. You know, you want to meet friends who know your name. Everyone does. That's fine. I think it's just cool that people could show up in my chat here, and like they just say hey to each other, you know? Nyctophile and Officer have never met each other. Jezebel and Hero have never met each other, and they say hi to each other. That's pretty good. All things considered, you walk by people on the street, or you just scroll through things on the internet and never answer things. Yes, I know, Jess. Still working that out. But I'm saying, like, if I go into another person's stream that's Pokemon, I've had people be like, hey, yeah, nuzlocke guy. And be like, hey, I've seen your mug on a thumbnail. I'm like, hell yeah, you have. It's everywhere. But you know, I have a hard time accepting gratitude, or not accepting gratitude. I have a hard time accepting praise and stuff like that, which is why I always downplay it. I'm very tough on myself. Ask my girlfriend. I'm extremely tough on myself. You know, I would be lying if I didn't say that when we reached 2,600 for Extra Life, even though we had smashed $2,500 goal, in the back of my mind, you know what I said. I said it could have been 2,700, right? It happened. And it's like, I'm so grateful that we made it to 2,630, but in the back of my mind, there's still that little, that's still that little voice that's saying we could have did a little bit better, right? But like I said, that voice, rather than it being a torturing mess, it's just reminding me that I am a person that strives for greatness. I am grateful, Bowman. I never said I wasn't grateful. I'm just very much a guy who's always looking at the next thing, right? I enjoy the win on the day, but next day I'm looking at how you get that next win. You know? It's a competitive attitude. How you doing, Suako? Happy next summer, man. Good to see you. I'm just the type of guy where if once I've succeeded at something, I want to know how to get to the next step instantly, right? Because I'm not easily satiated. I want to do better every single time, and if I don't, I get really down on myself. But if I do, then I you know, good job, noob. Next step. That's just who I am. Which is why I think the type of job that I'm gonna end up in the future is probably gonna be managerial. Hopefully. Lackeys have an end goal. There's nothing wrong with that lackey type work. I call it lackey work. That's kind of insulting, but I live for the moment, Bowman. But the thing is, the moment passes and I want better moments. I always just want, I'm not a person who could live day by day. I'm always seeing the bigger goal. And when we hit those goals, then we just keep going. We keep moving it forward. If I wasn't grateful, I wouldn't even be mentioning all the fantastic achievements we made this year. My viewer average has gone up. Watch time is insane. Followers have passed 2,000. Extra Life passed 2,500. I have my own fucking theme in an app that is about to be a Discord partner. I am eternally grateful that this stuff is happening. But I still want to push forward. Because I don't like to just rest on my laurels and take the wins and move on. I've done that my whole life. I want to push it more. I want to be that streamer. I want to be that creator that doesn't get tired of his own successes. I want more successes. I'm greedy. Because I believe I can do it. And I'm taking those stepping stones. And I'm putting the full foot on each one. I'm making sure that I can make my way up to an ultimate goal that I don't even know. You know, maybe that's why I don't make final goals, because I always assume and always plan to just go farther than the goals that I can make. I appreciate that, Jess. Thank you. You know, I was thinking about this morning because I hate, like I said, I hate taking I don't like taking credit. I don't like being there and being all cocky and being like, you know, I want people to watch me. I mean, why else would you stream? Because you want people to watch you and interact with you, and you want to build a community around the people that choose to watch you and interact with you, right? But, you know, the biggest fear, and I didn't talk about this in the Q&A, but I think the biggest fear that plays in my mind, not before stream, but just in general, is when will you become obsolete? When will you become stale? When do you just become a fad, right? Like, when do you just wear off? When do you become, you know, a game that no one picks up anymore? And it's terrifying because nobody wants to be invalidated, right? Whether you're a streamer or just a friend, a person in the world, you don't want to be tossed aside and not wanted by anybody. That doesn't mean you can't be someone who likes to have alone time, but you don't want to be somebody who's cast aside. And that always plays on my mind. But then I also realize, well, that should have happened years ago. And it hasn't. No, I'm not trying to follow the Ash Ketchum model. Fuck Ash Ketchum. He's not successful. Although, if we want to think about it that way, he was successful after 20-something years, so maybe that'll be me. Funnily enough, I remember somebody telling me, kind of have these like images or these things in my mind where I hear people telling, like, why would you want only 20 years of success when you could have 30 years of success by being a smarter business person? And it's true, right? You want as much, but then I also think, like, that's just a number thing, you know? I like quality. And a qualitative 1 year. It's not about just... Oh my god, he's singing the theme song. But like I can say, yeah, 6 years of streaming, 10 total years of content creation has taught me a lot, and it has. But it's not about me doing this for 6 years. It's about me having a quality last year. Of all things, the year that many people didn't find to be qualitative in the slightest. And just kind of made it good for me. I don't know. Believe it or not, Jez, you're like the first real risk that I took when it came to that type of stuff outside of YouTube. I took a leap. I liked what I heard. Now you're popping off, you're pepping off. Yeah. I don't know. I usually like to believe that I have super long speeches and I want to say a lot, but I just want to say thank you. I'm alone on this. You know? In real life, there are very few people who understand or believe in this. But online, it's Narnia. It's ridiculous how random people could just come together and form bonds like how we have here. So, thank you. You're strapping young chaps, I guess, because I have a European audience. Wait, was that me? Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, it's still broken. My theme is still broken. I don't know why. Interesting. I must have gotten so nearly to the desk that it felt like a blunt force trauma to my head. Oh, you fix it? Perfect. I'll find a way to break it, man. That's my job. But yeah. Thank you. Just thank you. I hope that you find success in everything that you're doing as much as I'm finding success this year. Even if it doesn't look like much, realize that this has kept me around and motivated more than you could ever, than I could ever use the English language to explain. So, I just don't want to see myself grow. I want to see PokeLink grow. I want to see every community member grow. I don't want people to look at a 40 or 50 viewer chat and go, "Oh, I'm not going to be cared about." That's an absolute lie. Every single person that comes through the stream door is going to do good things. And if I can help you by just keeping your mind even a little sane through hype and passion to show that stuff might look stupid, but you can love it enough and you can show people you love it enough that it almost demands respect without actually demanding respect, then we've both won. I haven't won. You haven't. We've won. It's always about the we. No one's left behind. Not in this community. So. Thank you. So let's talk about what we're going to be doing in 2021. Let's get some big things out of the way. First of all, I'm going to write these down because I need to remember them myself, and I have to plan them out. The first big one, which affects everybody content-wise, is the PPBR. The Pro Pokeball will be coming back in, but in a completely different format. It's going to be revamped to become a randomizer tournament. What I mean by that is we're going to have a multi-gen tournament. It's going to be using the Pokemon. It's going to be using the random battle feature on Showdown, and we're going to create a tournament around it. I don't see many people create a league or tournament that I think feels as good, and this is going to be unique and something that I want to try in the new year, and I hope will make it very accessible to anybody to be able to enter it, and it's going to be a fun time for all. You know that the goal of the tournament has always been to keep it cozy and to keep it fun and to prioritize healthy sportsmanship above all. Winning and losing happens, but it's about the fun along the way that I want to see in tournaments. That doesn't change when I play sports. It doesn't change when I see esports. I want people to enjoy, to win, and to accept defeat when it happens. And that's what we're going to be trying to do with the PPBR. We're going to get the graphics done for it. I'm going to try and get as much as I can to make it successful. We're going to do a mini run of it in the first couple of months. So I think around February, I think I said. We're going to be trying to do a mini tournament. It'd be like a one-day kind of mini experimentation with it. How you doing, Waffles? Good to see you, man. Happy December. But yeah, the multi-gen tournament, we're going to try and run around January, February, and then we're going to try and expand that into a mini, like into a Pro Pokeball style league. Yes, I already know this is going to lose a lot of attention with the original Pro Pokeball players. I don't care about that anymore. I went well? What do you mean I went well? What does that mean? Oh, yes. But, yeah, so that tournament is going to be running. We're going to be aiming to get that done around, like, April, maybe. It's all going to depend on my jobs, of course. Obviously, I'm going to be doing my job search, my yearly job search, and trying to get that working and stuff, working up with that. So, I did, Jess. But yeah. So we're going to be working on that. Also, as I've already mentioned, nuzlocke overlays. I'm going to be working on trying to get somebody to help me with that. It would be nice to have a graphic designer, which will push me as well to get a job, because that way I have people who I want to be paying and do that. Obviously, the YouTube archives. This is great eye contact for YouTube. But yeah, like I said, everything is going to be archived on Twitch in 2021. There will be no more archives or anything saved on Twitch until they fix everything. I just figured it's easier. I just want to see accessibility and appreciation. Bowman! Thank you for that gifted sub to Waffles and Waffles. You are now a fellow nooblet. Embrace the face, my friend. Thank you very much for that support. That does mean that you both get to add a new name or trainer class to future speedruns and nuzlocks. And holy crap, I was just thinking about Mr. PEI himself, Rufus, with the 2-month resubscription. Thank you very much, man. Embrace the face. Happy December, dude. Yes, enjoy the myriad of things you can play around with. 2020? Oh no. Oh no. Why do we have to remember 2020, man? Lobotomist 2020. How perfect. How perfect. So yeah, like I said, we're gonna have that PPBR. We're also gonna be trying for the Nuzlocke League, like I said, where we're gonna be doing Nuzlocke racing and try and make that work based on the race settings that we were testing here. On top of that, and I wasn't kidding you, Rufus. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, man, I haven't talked to that guy in a while. Surprised. On top of that, obviously, Extra Life is going to be happening again this year. Same deal, long event. Going to be looking for people to collaborate with, working on that near the summertime. I am going to attempt to make moves with Sick Kids / Extra Life. I want to see if I can help in other ways. I'm not a conventional guy. I'm not the, you know, they're like super sweet and awesome people in there. I'm not that. I am, but I'm not. You know what I mean? Like, positivity overload is a problem for me, and there's nothing wrong with that for them, but for me, I want to find, like, can I help? What group can I become a part of? Like, how can I further these things and try and work into helping the organization succeed and helping us succeed here as well. So there's gonna be a lot of that, making that work, because I think it's gonna be going on with that. I'm just going to say I'm going to be available for whatever ProPokeNoob wants to do in 2021. Become a doctor? I was supposed to be. Long time ago. What else? December's normal, but yeah, mainly this is the tournament. It's basically the 2 tournaments. The mini tournaments may return. We'll see how much. We have a ton of content we got to play next year. We've got a couple of games going to be beta testing. We have the if I go look at my Extra Life milestones that we have not finished yet. Let me just double check. By the way, this is the last day for you to donate to Extra Life. Otherwise, you won't be able to make it happen. So the other milestones that we need to fulfill, the Animal Crossing Survivor and Extra Life 2021 will happen. We have the Soul Link that Broken Gamma and I will be doing together, the 3-way Soul Link and Sword and Shield. We have the Final Fantasy Tactics Advanced Nuzlocke, which we will be starting in the new year, because we got to get working on that. And we have the Battleships with Fedora Gaming that we have to do. And I think people forgot about this. There will be a SteelSeries headset giveaway courtesy of the Millibug. So I don't know when she's going to be doing that. She just reminded me about it today because I forgot about it. But, yeah. It's going to be fascinating. I'm looking forward to all this content and going from there. So, Other mini goals for myself, obviously trying to grow my social media influence, trying to figure that out a little bit more, doing a little bit more research into what I can do with it, and I don't know, just like people say, have the business plan ready, have the business plan ready, and for me, I'm like, I don't even know what job I'm gonna have next year. Yeah, so what is happening in my music? Okay, that was a weird drop. This is under chill piano, by the way. Thanks, Press the Rocks. But yeah, just trying to figure out more content in general is gonna be the way that we're doing it. But we're gonna be smart about it. We're gonna be tactical about it. That's why I want the graphic design. That's why I want the editor still with broken, or maybe something else if I find that too. Try and get more work maybe going. Oh, nice, Rufus. Congrats. Happy New Year. Oh, wait, what? Oh, that sucks. I just realized what you said. Oh, that's unfortunate. But yeah, it's going to depend on what we see next year, but for sure, I can tell you right now, I have a ton of games, ton of randomizers. We're going to see Minish Cap rando. We're going to see Aria of Sorrow rando. Maybe the return of Wind Waker rando. We're going to see Pokemon randos like I've never seen before. That's a lie. You're going to see a lot more Super Fire Red, Super Red. We haven't done a lot of Auras or X and Y or Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. We're probably gonna follow. We're gonna go with that. You might see some other things I can do with some other people. Can't talk about it. I may or may not be in a tourney or two. You're gonna see Bingo return. You're gonna see games like Bug Fable show up. I have to say, Chrono Trigger or Marie will kill me. Chrono Trigger is on the list. There's a lot of content. Monster Sanctuary. We've got Mystica releasing. Like there's the list is a freaking pile. I got so much I have to actually write it on a schedule. I can't just sit there and go, man, I got 3 or 4 things I'm gonna be doing. Nice. No, it's like, okay, time to pull out the planner. So yeah, there's a lot to do next year. It's good. Keep you busy, right? And then Extra Life, and then December. And then we keep going from there. So yeah, that's all you know for now. There might be more that pops up on the radar, but for now, that's what's going to be going on. So I guess that's it. That's all I have to say. I hope you guys have enjoyed this year as much as I have. It's weird to say in 2020, but I hope that I have done everything that I can on this channel for you to at least have a little bit of a break in your day. I know it's cliche to say that I stream because I want to make you happy. That's true. But what I really want to stream for is I don't like struggling. I don't like going through the stuff that I go through. But I hope that I can show strength in what I do through my persistence, motivation, passion, so that you guys can also implement that into your lives. I want you to feel empowered when you come here. So I hope that I have accomplished that this year for you guys. And I hope that I can once again do that in 2021.